delay for de-icing.
Well, welcome back home and welcome to Sandals.
Thank you.
The Bahamas has made up of 700 islands.
I know.
All right, so you know we drive on the left-hand side of the street?
That's right, yes.
Okay, so if you guys happen to rent a car, we're just going to beg you to please stay left. If you're not renting a car, we're going to be okay.
Yep. Actually, he did pretty good. We rented a car in Exuma and Eleuthera.
All right.
At Exuma, they had the big arrow on the windshield.
Right. To tell you to keep left, right?
To tell you, stay left. Yeah, no confusion.
Now, over here on my left-hand side, across the ridge, are the Sandals private island over there.
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Ferry take you
Private
there,
island,
half hour,
okay.
get up lunch, enjoy the beach, get massages. And if you guys like snorkeling, man, you get a lot of sea turtles back there also.
We brought our snorkel stuff.
All right, then. You're good. You're good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, how are we doing?
That's Jojo.
Okay, I'm the slim butler, okay? Okay.
Love it.
Well, we eventually settled into our room after some lunch. The view from our balcony was spectacular. Although it was a northern view, we enjoyed most sunrises and sunsets. And we had a little visitor who liked to come and see us almost every day. He liked the peanuts. The island you see there is the Sandals private island where we spent a lot of time. Pretty much all day long there are folks below who enjoy sunbathing, getting filled with various drinks, which is all included. And here's a night shot.
What are you having?
Having smoked salmon. Pineapple mango. Oh, sorry. Grapefruit mango, pineapple watermelon. It says it's all inclusive. It's not going to be a fat.
Some orange juice.
Actually, that's orange and pineapple.
I'm just having some eggs and toast, stiff bacon, and I got a cinnamon bun to sweeten it all at the end. Are you taking us on a tour today too?
I wish I could take on a tour, but you know, I'm here booking up all the tours, making calls. I am that person you want to come to when you visit Sandals Resort as a stewardess. An island route.
An island house.
I'm a safari guide, you know. I just, grab a tiger here. I just strangle alligator with these bare hands, you know.
The traditional Nassau tiger.
Yeah, the traditional tiger. It roams the streets, man. It is go arg. Arg. They don't say raw, they say arg.
Arg. It's like a pirate.
That's where they got it from. That's where the pirates got it from.
Arg.
Brought to you by the letter R.
Yes, R. R stands for arg. A Bahamian fun word of the day, boy. What
Boy?
is boy?
Boy?
For example, boy, yes.
B-E-Y.
B-E-Y. What does boy mean in the Bahamas?
It means boy.
When you're saying boy, it's saying, hey, how are you? For example, hey, how'd go? Boy?
Boy.
Boy in terms of boy. So
Ah.
I'll come to you, are you my boy?
Boy,
Hey, boy,
Hey,
how are
boy.
you?
Very good.
There you go.
The next day we boarded the Sandals bus to downtown Nassau. This is where all the cruise ship comes in for a stopover. We have been on one of these cruises many, many years ago and came here as well. I remembered it vividly. It's a pretty nice little town with many shops and bars and the smell of good food. We decided to go for a little walk before we go on our rum tour today since we arrived a little earlier. Nassau was built from revenue generated during the Prohibition period between 1920 and 1933. It was known as a Pirates' Republic. At the time, there were about 100 or so locals in this port town and approximately 1,000 pirates, many of them surrounding secluded cays. It provided the perfect home base for pirates looking to ravage the Caribbean. This city was founded by Puritans from Bermuda. Puritans were English Protestants in the 16th and 17th century, after they had settled the nearby island of Eleuthera in 1647. There were a little more than a cluster of buildings around a harborfront area back then. You can stop in at one of these shops and pick up a few souvenirs, or a local bar for a drink, or something to eat. We saw many people like this guy selling paintings and other locally made stuff. We walked around for a bit before heading back to meet our tour guide. You still need to be careful as a tourist in places like this.
Alright, so here we are, going on a rum tour with our man up there, Julio. I'm in the back, so guy in the yellow shirt.
Since the weather here is generally nice all year round, the place is always busy. The cruise ships bring in a lot of tourists on their overnight stay. Nassau, named after the newly crowned King William III, who hailed from the Dutch House of Orange, Nassau, is rebuilt on the location of the destroyed Fort Charlestown.
Now this space here, Pirates of Nassau, these guys do their own tours with the pirates and piracy. They have wax figurines, they got a pirate ship, they got a Blackbeard's escape room, they even have a restaurant entitled Smugglers, keeping everything on the field. So let's head to the end of this tour.
This beautiful structure here in the center of the city with the rooms to the top where you see the double doors are the suites in this hotel. This was the first British colonial building before it became a Hilton brand. It was constructed in 1920. It is a 4-star resort with 288 rooms today with a private beach area. It also has 2 restaurants and 2 bars. And it is located right smack dab in the center of the city. This was previously the site of Fort Nassau, which was constructed in 1695 and was demolished in 1873. This is where Woodes Rogers would hang pirates. Yes, he was the first royal governor of the Bahamas. There's a statue of Woodes Rogers just down the road from where we were standing. This building was burnt down in 1919 by accident, and with the help of the Bahamian government was reconstructed in 1922. Guess what industry prompted the rebuilding of this building? If you guessed alcohol, you are correct. Rum and bootlegging rebuilt this resort. Next, we had a short stop at a little museum where we had a few pieces of chicken wings and rum cake. Just a little snack to tie us over. We visited the artifacts inside the building where we learned a little bit about the culture.
Wings and some rum cake. This is the gallery space. This is an exhibition done by 5 young Bahamian artists. And when I say young, probably none of these guys are over 30.
9-year-olds?
30, no. And all this is different aspects of culture in the Bahamas.
In 1740, the mansion that's known as Greycliff today was built by Captain John Howard Graysmith, a pirate who commanded the schooner Grey Wolf and became wealthy. He also became feared due to his plundering exploits.
Then in the 1900s, of course, he would have done been passed away, long gone. This building would have been run down, dilapidated. A wealthy lady by the name of Polly Leach from the Americas came in, acquired this property, renovated it. This was her personal estate. Now, Polly Leach, the interesting thing about her, she was actually very good friends with Al Capone. Now, when I say good friends, with benefits.
Yeah.
So this was actually where they played hide the rum, right here at this estate. Now here comes another Italian family. They're known as the Gazzarolis. That's who own this property today. They renovated everything. They acquired the properties adjacent to this structure as well, and they continue to purchase all of these buildings, colorful. They continue to purchase all of these buildings as they continue to expand. This is the 5-star dining experience. Tarzan in the Bahamas too. It's a little darker, but you know, a little more sun exposure.
We continued our walk just a few steps down the street from Greycliff to a little quaint chocolate and gift shop, also owned by the same company, as you will see, and we've learned that the owners also live on property. We're almost coming to the end of our journey. The Bahamas are a group of about 700 islands and cays in the western Atlantic Ocean. Nassau is the capital and largest city located in New Providence. It has a foundation of fossil coral, but much of the rock is oolitic limestone.
So we're going to make a little stop here. This here is the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. This has been serving as the National Art Gallery for the past 23 years. Originally, this was reconstructed, the structure, in 1865. This would have been a home for the chief magistrate at the time, Sir William Doyle, and he got that name Sir by being the first Bahamian to be knighted by the Queen. And this estate, he called it Villa Doyle, and it's now serving as the National Art Gallery of the Bahamas. And then you can hear the
music.
Bahamian music. That's the true Bahamian festival going on at our last stop, so we'll have an opportunity to check that out as well.
It just so happened the weekend we were there was the Bahamian Music Festival. The National Art Gallery here was the first institution of its kind in the history of the Bahamas, announced in 1996 by then Prime Minister Hubert Alexander. The museum is housed in the Villa Doyle, a mansion built in the 1860s as the home of the first Chief Justice in the Bahamas. We focus on some of the sculptures and murals before making our way to our final stop. Wandering off the beaten path, we headed along West Street and caught a glimpse of the way some of the locals live. We walked past this abandoned house, which Julio jokingly said could be restored. We didn't have time to stop and really look at some of these places, but we will have to reserve this for the next time. When you're away from the main drag, life is a little more relaxed. I guess it's like island time. Of its 700 islands, only 29 are inhabited. The Bahamas is connected to the UK through the Commonwealth of Nations, of which Her Majesty Queen II is head. As you can see, traffic is a little scarce on this side of town. Thank you.
Alrighty, so welcome guys. This space here we're going to walk through. We're going to kind of walk through the midst of the festival to be able to walk in through the front to see all the beautiful stuff.
Made from tires.
Yeah, there was a few of them around there.
Oh, the food smells good. Love this.
Every hog, every dog, every chicken, every cock. I swear I see one sheep was dancing like the dog. Ooh, look at that. It's like a Hawaiian and on the box.
So wait a second.
How do you get your hot sauce?
Real strong persistent balance. In the belly. Say, mind what you do, boy. So this here is a 2-year-old pale rum. All of John Watlin's rums are matured in a Jack Daniel's barrel. So all of these rums will have an essence of a whiskey to it. Also, you can see on the sides how it's smoked or burnt on the inside. That's where the rum is drawing. It's brownish, golden. Oh, God. Nice.
They're actually bottles. All by hand.
Oh, yeah. So that one is 2 years matured in the Jack Daniels barrel. This one here is a 3-year-old. This one is filtered with a coconut charcoal filter. And this one is also matured in the Jack Daniels barrel. However, this would be a lot darker, a lot heavier in terms of flavors, etc. Feel free to give that one a nosing as well. Oh, Uncle Will! Thank you, son. You've been looking for us.
My brother.
My man.
How's everything? Boy,
All is
listen,
good, man.
people be growling yesterday.
Yeah.
Ooh, they don't like that. They don't like that.
I hear them on Jungle Who Talks today, boy.
Yeah.
Hello.
How you doing? Pina colada.
Pina colada sample, guys.
Pina colada. I'll try a pina colada. Sure.
Yeah, maybe that 3-year-old rum.
Thank you, sir.
Very nice. You're welcome.
So this one is actually blended with the 3-year-old amber rum, so it has that coconut filtered rum in there as well.
We arrived
This
at the
guy
famous
come bearing
Bohemian Music
gifts.
Festival. Due to a time constraint, we weren't really able to stop and enjoy some of the great food, but like I said, next time we will definitely have to come back and enjoy this.
Oh, that's nice.
This is the place of the
I like
famous
that.
John Watling's distillery as well. I ran out of battery power, unfortunately, but we stayed here for a bit and
That
had
is nice.
some rum tasting, and we also bought some for later back at the hotel. Thanks for joining me. Please follow and subscribe to get new videos. I really enjoy doing this. Cheers.